pocket rocket out. We had to go all the way out to the jetty here to get some wind. So long paddle for Kenny on the mid-length. That doesn't look fun. But yeah, I got the paddle across my back because I wanted to try having it in my hands and do a mix of pocket rocket and paddle. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's get it out. Say what up to Mayan. Well, it seems lit out here. Yeah. All right. Here we go. We got the homies flicking us off. Yeehaw, boy. All right, here we go. Got the 3-meter pocket rocket going for the send. Don't even think we need to hook in because we're just zooming out there. So I'm gonna leave the stow pouch in the stow method, or the stow position. And yeah, we're just gonna zoom out there and then see about packing up, then pulling our paddle off our back. Because I'm thinking it might be nice to have the paddle to do some turns. And then we'll put the GoPro on the paddle. So a lot of stuff to do, let's do it. Yeah, wheel it. Holy shit. We're gonna follow these bumps. Gather our leading edge. Okay. In the pouch it goes. Bar goes next. Peel out. Follow. Alright, so now we're fully stowed. Fully stowed. Still got the paddle in samurai sword mode. This hasn't really been a problem. Let's follow this one. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna pull the paddle out. So I'm imagining that'll be nice for people that want to get out to a run line or modify a run line, but still learn how to paddle and, you know, see the benefits of having the paddle. I like on this 7'2" foot board, turning with the paddle actually gives you something to pivot off of and turn off of. So it's not a disadvantage to have something in your hand. I actually think it's an advantage. So we're gonna go ahead and simulate what it's like to come down and then paddle up. So this is like if you're learning how to downwind paddle and you want to use the parawing to get out, stop, and then paddle up. So we'll go ahead and do that now. All right. All right, I'm liking having the paddle in my hand for turning. So stoked so far. I'm really excited to get one of those 3-piece paddles so I can either put it into my backpack or do the samurai method with the same paddle. I think I'm gonna get the small bladed Foil X 3-piece. And that should be my like Swiss Army knife paddle for parawinging. All right. The other nice thing about having a paddle is it's your selfie stick. So we're going to go ahead and put that on here now. All right, so now we're in action. Woohoo! Parawinging. And now we're downwinding. We got the 130 HAX, or no, 130 Florence on today from Lift. I think it's super fun. We're gonna mix a short interval and longer interval south swell. So if we want to get those longer intervals, the 130 is awesome for chasing them down and going through them. One thing I really like to do though is surf, which the 130 does amazingly. And we got out to our run line and modified it with the ozone pocket rocket. So that means we don't need to cut for the rest of the run. We already did that. We can just surf to our heart's content, left, right, wherever. Whereas when you're with the paddle, you kind of want to go only more right on this run. So yeah, super useful to have the run line modifier of the pocket rocket. Try shifting it around the back. Yeah, so fun to be able to shuttle upwind and then just have all of this playground to play with. It was fun doing the upwinder, downwinder yesterday. The homieless downwinder was awesome because no one else wanted to go. It was late in the day, but can't beat just getting miles and miles and not having to work for it. So fun. today at the jetty, just rip out to shore, or off shore, and then from that point, we stowed it, and you can keep foiling. And then I brought my paddle along so I could have backup. Got our pocket rocket, but we brought our paddle along, so we're gonna go ahead and paddle up now. Our run line with the ozone pocket rocket, put it in the stow pouch, get it out of the way, and now we're free to downwind to our heart's content in the open ocean. We got our paddle for backup, so no matter what the wind does, we're just sending it. And yeah, super stoked to be able to cut out in the beginning of the run under sail. So then we can just go right, left, hit some long interval bumps, whatever we want to do. Because sometimes the long interval ones go more inside. And if you're just paddling, you kind of want to go more right. So just frees up your run line choice to be able to go left, surf, wherever the swells take you. Really, that's what this is all about, is surfing. With the parawing without the paddle in my hands, you don't turn as aggressively. Maybe that'll change on a small mid-length, but not doing that in the open ocean. I want my stuff so I can paddle up reliably. And if I'm riding that board with the paddle for backup, I kind of like having it for turn-in. So I definitely like having the paddle in my hand so I can surf it like I normally do downwind supping. You can just be so much more aggressive, and I mean, you can just tell the second that you get it in your hand, you're just attacking bumps and turning twice as hard. Yeah, so love the parawing out, and then get your paddle and rip the turns. Oh, look at this.